Hello everybody, Chris here, and in this video I wanted to show all of you how you can set up the final version of the Platformer Crash Course in Unity project. So looking at the itch page, that would be where we have the final version of the tutorial without the art included. The reason the art isn't included is that those are other people's assets that are used in the project from these sources. So we basically need to take these 9 assets and then add them to what we have here before we load our Unity project. So on my desktop, I have that same zip here, the tutorial final with no art. I'm going to just bring this to the desktop here, and then I'll just rename this to have demo at the end. That's not necessary, just making it clear that this is the folder for this tutorial video specifically. Okay, so now if we open up the folder, you'll see in Assets, Art, you'll see that we have the folders for all of those assets created inside of here. But if we actually look inside, all that's included is the meta files that go with the actual art assets. The meta files define how those files should look like and interact inside of Unity, such as having pixel art settings added to them already. So we need to add the files in now, so that when we load the project, it'll actually load up properly. So let's go ahead and download each of these files. So I did make sure that all of the assets I was using in the project do not require payment. That is optional for each of these if you want to support the creators. So let's go to the downloads here, and we need Adventure 1.5, Hand Combat, and Bow downloaded to the desktop. So let's go ahead and get each of those. And so let's open up the project folder, go into Assets, Art, and then hopefully it's clear which folder is which. So we just downloaded the Adventurer, so we need to come into here, and we need to bring in the contents of each of these 3 zip files. So I'm just going to drag and drop right into here. You shouldn't need to overwrite anything, but after adding things in, you should be able to jump in and you'll see the PNGs that correspond with the metadata files. So now those should load properly as long as they're in the corresponding folder for each asset when we actually open up the project. Okay, so let's go to the hand combat sheet and bring that in, kind of like so. And then the bow sheet, and just bring that into the folder. So when we look at the folder, you should see for each meta file, there should be a PNG image that corresponds with it. That's basically what you're looking. And now we basically repeat the steps for the other 8 assets. So I'll just go one by one here. Let's get the knight and the M5X7 font. So I'm going to download this desktop and downloading the font. Okay, so in the art folder, we have free knight here. So I'm going to double click in, and we bring in the assets from the zip file straight into here, just like before. And then back out to assets for the fonts. I put that in UI fonts in here. So just drag and drop that in there if it's not in there already. Okay, and I'll open up the next 3 links. So cute tile set. And for the pixel food, the full folder with the zip. And then Kai-Rise's icon pack. Okay, so let's match those up. Cute tile set goes in cute tile set, of course. So let's select all these, put those in there. And the next 3 pixel food. So that goes in the Henry Software 3 pixel food folder. And we want specifically the assets, 3 pixel food. And then the contents in here, we don't need the Unity file. We don't need the Unity demo. So we can just bring this into there. Okay, and now the monster pack, the music, and the sound effects. Okay, so for the monster pack, all 3 of these files and then combine them. For the JRPG music, we'll download the whole pack. We only need 1 song from here. And then the sound effects. Okay, so monsters goes into Lewis Mellow Creatures Fantasy. So we'll bring in all of these monster files. Okay, and be sure to add in the 1.2 version for extra animations, and 1.3 as well. And then 1.3 as well, adding those in. Okay, now to bring the audio into the project. For the sound effects, RPG Essential 3. So we'll go into Assets, Audio, and then we have Sound Effects and everything in here. So we want to go to the sound effects and just bring that stuff in. So I'm going to drag and drop all of these. Okay, and just go into a folder, make sure all the WAV files are in there. Okay, we'll go back out, and then we need music. So for music, I was just using the Battle 1 track from the JRPG pack. So inside of here, we can just drag this into here and replace the files. Okay, so that should be all the files we need for our project to actually open up and run. Okay, so just in case, I'm going to copy this and make a backup duplicate on my desktop. just to be sure when I open the project that, nothing goes too horribly wrong. And then we're going to open this folder as a Unity project. So to do that, you go into Unity Hub, and then let's hit Open, Add Project from Disk. Okay, and we're looking at the desktop. So here's the one we just set up, the CT demo. I'm going to double click in here and Add Project. Okay, so we can open up this project. I'm going to just select the latest version I have installed, 2022.1.23. And let's try opening it with that and making sure everything still works. So if the version is different than the project was originally, it'll have to change the editor version. Theoretically, that can break stuff. I don't think I had anything in the project that should break, but let's go ahead and change version and see how that goes. Okay, editor versions don't match, so just hit continue. And now it's going to take a second to rebuild the project. Okay, looks like there's a lock on one of the files. I'm going to close all my file explorers real quick just to make sure that that goes away. Let's hit retry and see if that's fine. Okay, continue. Resolving packages. Okay, seems like it's loading this time. Okay, so obviously this can take quite a while, so feel free to just come back after a couple minutes, get yourself a drink. Okay, and our project opened up. So right now we have an untitled scene. What we want to look at is in project scenes, gameplay scene. Double click to open that up. And we should see the project, everything loads in here. All of the sprites has been assigned properly. Okay, and then we can test everything out in our project by hitting play, move with WASD, space to jump, left click is sword swing, and F is bow. And I think that was all the controls here. Oh, wait, shift is also run. Okay. And then you can pick up these for health and everything else that basically we set up inside of the actual tutorial itself. So if you just want to take the reference project here and go with it, you feel free to use it as you wish. Just keep in mind the usage rules for all the art packs. I only wrote the code, but the art, the audio, and the sound effects used in the project in the video were from other sources. So that's pretty much it for how you can get the project set up if you just wanted to load up the reference demo and get it going. Hopefully that helps anyone out there who were running into trouble getting it to work.